Welcome to an all new edition of Tackling a New Kingdom. I am your host, Tank Johnson, here with our co host,
B-Dub, Bernard Berrian, how you doing, fellas?
Big B Dub, Bernard Berrian, 2-3 draft picks of the Chicago Bears in the '04, and we here to talk our shit.
Shooting,
As you
pulling
know,
all bullets, holding back no. Letting them
Gump,
fly.
on this show, we're going to tackle something current, something real, and something controversial. And man, we gonna jump this thing off with tackling something current that man, it's just been bothering me for whatever reason. And it's Patrick Beverly, man. Like, Patrick Beverly, he's a Chicago kid. Shout out to the city, Chi-Town. But like, he got that little man complex that he doesn't know when exactly to turn it the fuck off. And it's just like, man, and in Milwaukee, he hit the poor white lady in the face with the ball. And I mean, look at this, B. Look at
Ah,
this. I mean, just
ah.
yammed her.
Yeah, he bombed. Looking there.
B Dub, what's your opinion on Patrick Beverly tossing the rock at the old lady, dog?
Yeah, Patrick Bev is like that little tiny chihuahua that you know what I'm saying, that annoying, just limping at the ankle, always yap, 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 always got something to say, always got something to do, getting into something, always causing something, like, and for what? Like it'd be over nothing. And like to go off and do something like this, like it's just you know what I mean? It sheds a light on athletes as this is exactly what we expect. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what people already kind of portraying athletes as is dumb and wild and foolish and immature and ignorant. And then you go off and do some stuff like that, and it's just like you just helping them write the story. Just go
Right.
ahead and help them write.
And in the world that we live in today, right? The litigious society we live in today, everybody looking for a free come up, right? Like everybody looking to sue, right? So now, uh,
So
the police have opened the investigation, which means that's just gonna give old girl mountain of evidence to take this dude's money. And I look at it, similar to your said, like for what? But it's like it kind of that's what bothers me about NBA players, dog. Like, they soft, they sensitive. I mean, what was somebody sitting behind the bench chirping the whole game, talking shit,
yeah.
and he got that mad to catch a case, B?
Like I guess you emotional, man. That's what I'm saying. Like you too sensitive. Like you can't be, you can't let. I don't care. I've been at some games, like all type of sporting events, and had some stuff said about me. And at the most, like even if it's real, like it made me laugh because I was like, "Damn, cuz got me." Like I can't do nothing about that. So it made
Right.
me like I don't to fire a ball off into the stands. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I mean, I remember when, like, after I got locked up in Chicago and all my shit went public, we went down to New Orleans to play, and they had two fans in like the black and white police jumpsuit, and it said "Tank, don't shoot us," signs like that. I got heckled the rest of my career, and never once did I think about like jumping in the stands and whooping somebody's ass. I mean, it just blows my mind that like Buddy was that sensitive that he decided to commit an assault where there was literally thousands of cameras. They can slow mo it, rewind it. I mean, like, did he think he was going to get away?
That's just gonna be funny. They're gonna be rewinding that. I can see that. Like if he got to go to court, like this, back and forth, rewinding, and it'll just boom, 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 taking the punishment. Like he going, it's gonna look bad for him. Like there's no way out of this, especially that they got the police investigation now. Like you know what I mean? That's all people are seeing is that just you mad, pissed off, and then throwing the ball into the stands and then piling the girl in the head. Like
I mean,
it ain't no good look
it,
around it. no other way out of. You can't talk your way out of that. Like you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna get fined. You probably going to be suspension. Is coming on all on the way. Like not on top of the civil case that's coming on. Like you really let whatever it was touch your heart. Like to really catch a case. You caught a case over that. Like
yeah, man.
You got to think.
It's unfortunate. And I mean, look, maybe this speaks to like why the NFL don't want to give us guaranteed contracts, because there's some shit you do when you got you money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? Here you go here's 500,000, here's 700. I mean, like nowadays with cognitive injuries and the type of money that people are getting for head injuries, I mean, she could milk this for all it's worth. Patrick Beverley, that was some goofy shit. And, that's kind of, that's what it is. All right. So moving on to this Major League Baseball player who just played 10 years in the major leagues, Monte Harris, and now he finna go walk on at Arkansas. All right, B-Dub. We done seen a dude with a 9th year of eligibility. We seen a quarterback with 7 years of eligibility. And now we're seeing, okay, I understood when J.R. Smith went back to golf, right? He went back from the NBA. He still had collegiate eligibility and he golfed, right? It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of one of those sports where it's like, all right, golf, ain't nobody tripping, right? Exactly. But like, this is 28-year-old after he played 10 years in the major league. I mean, do you think, first of all, the NCAA should let him play?
I mean, it is if you got eligibility, I guess so. I mean, it's going to be hard for them not to, especially if he's has eligibility, because the legality parts of it. You mean, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're messing with, and there's no way to around that. You can't get around that. If he's eligible, if he's got eligibility left, and he can play, he's eligible to play. There's no way you can't fight that.
Okay, so wait, time out. So like, since me and you both played football, we don't have any eligibility to go play any other sport, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so you had to have not went to college at all.
Exactly, something like that, or played a year, or just had some years left, still eligible years left to be able to go back. That's how it happens.
I got 1 year left.
Yeah,
I might want to go back and do something too. B, what you think? How many did you play all 4 years?
Oh, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, now I'm thinking about that now. I'm like, hold on. I did.
I had 1 more year eligibility. There might be an NIL bag out there for Big Tank. You feel me? I might get through something, B.
Now I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I might, because I took a medical, so I'm gonna look into that. You go get another year back.
Okay,
go run a 9 real quick.
So have you seen this like $2.7 billion antitrust case with the NCAA having to give the money back to the players because of the NIL deals? Have you heard about that?
Yeah, a little bit.
So, I mean, I think they're saying that like the NCAA still didn't split the money equally. And so I'm just looking at like, okay, you take a situation like that, you got people coming back from 10 years and playing football, muddying the waters. Like, do you think just everybody is trying to rush back to college to get a bag?
Most definitely. They're giving them out. I mean, why not? It's the easiest way. And I feel like we're in the times where nobody really want to work. Everything's technology anyway. So, I mean, if they're going to get a bag just by going back to college for some eligibility and getting on the sports team, like, let's go get that bag. I think anybody's going to try it. Anybody's out. Well, like I said, we're in desperate times. The economy is bad. Inflation's bad. People are in hard times. They live in rough. So any chance you get some extra money, easy money, I mean, people are going to take that opportunity. It's just another opportunity for some people to go do something.
I mean, you got to figure, like, if you're a former baseball player and you're going back to Arkansas, like, there's going to be some notoriety around your name, regardless.
Sure.
You know, whether you're on the bench or you're balling, there's going to be a lot of collective like interest around your name. So like his NIL deals could be kind of decent. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but what? Okay, do you think like at 28 years old, do you think that they're any like bigger, faster, stronger than let's say like a 18 to 22-year-old? What do you think about like just that grown man strength? Were you stronger at 28 than you were at 22? I was
just about to say, I think so. Yes, definitely was stronger at 28. But so I don't know, but I feel like he played baseball though. So like how much stronger really is he gonna be? You know what I mean? I feel like baseball is not really like they're in the gym, but they're not really in the gym like that. You know what I mean? Like I feel like every baseball, unless you slapping balls out the park, they bad body for the most part.
I mean, I think there's a collective generation of baseball players that are fast twitch athletes, just as explosive.
Yes, sure.
They train a lot, but I'm speaking to just kind of like your overall testosterone levels. Like I get it at 22. I feel I feel like you're almost at that like peak of like getting ready to go. Like I think you're at your peak of testosterone, getting ready to go down. I'm not a doctor, so don't quote me on that, but I just feel like that grown man strength. You know how it is, man. You go to the park and you play against that old head with the bad body, but he stay posting you up, throwing jump hooks up, and you like, damn. I just feel like
breaking me down.
I feel like there could be an advantage on that.
No, yeah, I mean, I guess when you bring it in and put it at that point, there could be definitely an advantage, but it's just it's still like I don't know. I still got to see it. Like, did he play football at some point in his career, like somewhere in high school, somewhere down the line, like, or is he just, you know what I mean?
He was a 4-star recruit, bro. He had committed to some big name college, and you know he really had scholarship offers, but he was drafted in the second round of the major league draft, and I just felt like I don't know. I mean,
buddy go out. Buddy might go out there and then really do something there. He only 20. I mean, 28 is kind of old for football, but I feel like he's young because he saved his career playing baseball. You know what I mean? He saved a lot of legs, a lot of juice playing baseball. So
he was 4-star wide receiver in 2014.
Yeah, there you go. 4-star. Yeah, there we go. 4-star. Yeah, and then 2014, 2024. That's 10 years. I mean, he's 10 years out of the sport. I mean, like I don't see it being too hard for him to get back. He's still fairly young. It's old. It's kind of old for football, not too old, but like I said, he's been playing baseball for forever, for a long time. So he saved a lot of years.
I just feel like so I feel like if he goes out there and wrecks, like let's just say he go
open
out there,
open up the floodgates,
and kill. He go out there like 20 tugs, like could somebody cry foul?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Is the juice? Is it the juice? Is it the juice? Is it the baseball juice? You gotta start looking into that.
I mean, I just feel like that.
I don't know. Like you think like if you don't cry foul, like that, I don't know. Like that's kind of like because Terrell Davis, Terrell Davis was like 32 in college. So I mean,
wait a second. Terrell Davis was fucking 32 in college. No, he wasn't.
That man was grown. I played against Terrell Davis in college. That man was grown. He went to Army first and then came back. The man was grown. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that's
no, but I ain't no motherfucking 32. I mean, I see like
he wasn't that old. Yeah, I'm just saying he wasn't that old, but I was just being facetious. But
because like John Beck, John Beck, he was a quarterback out of Arizona, went to BYU, but he went on his Mormon mission first. A Mormon missions, are they 2 or 4 years? 2 years, right?
2 years, I think. Yeah.
Okay, so these dudes leave at 18, come back at 20, probably got a wife and 3 kids when they come back. But I mean, that's still not as bad as 28. I think it's negligent, personally, to put that man back in college, because if you think about an 18-year-old just rolling out of high school as a freshman playing against this grown-ass man, all because he got eligibility. I think some way, somehow, like there's an unfair advantage of bringing this man back into the NCAA. Man, the NCAA is some fucking bums. They don't do shit, bro.
I don't know though, but because I start to look at it like how young are some pros when they get to the pro level? Some pros are 21, 22 when they get there. That's a college, that's college
not in
age.
football.
Yeah.
Well, you're right. I think you can be like, because Tommy Harris was like 20 when he got to the league.
I'm trying to tell you, there's some young football players when they get to the pros. They be young.
But Tommy was built like an ox too. But that's what we got going on for tackling something current. You got goofy ass Patrick Beverly and Monte Harrison going back after 10 years playing in Major League. B-Dub, what we got?
Next up on the list, we got Rudy Gobert, Minnesota Timberwolves Defensive Player of the Year, misses the playoff game for the birth of his newborn child. Ooh.
What would you do, B?
Me in this situation, to be honest with you, like in the past, if this was Young B would have been at that game. Young B would have been at that game. But now, like, I done grown, I done matured, and I got my kids, I got family. I'm a family man. I didn't hung up my 9. The strap is in the I done hung it all up. So it's like it's like, man, you know what I mean? Like, I think my child would really, really appreciate that. You know what I mean? At some point in time, they're gonna grow up and look back on that and like, man, Daddy, I can't believe you missed your playoff game for me. You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be a lot of games that or a lot of stuff that, he's gonna miss or whatever throughout his lifetime. He's gonna miss a lot. So I think like he was coming from the standpoint, I'm gonna miss a lot. So at least let me be here for his birth or her birth and witness that. And whatever flack I gotta take, I'm gonna take it. But young me, I'd have been at that game for sure.
Man, I feel like it all depends on your situation with the young lady who's having the baby, right? If this your first baby, but old girl is just a bust down, man, you better film it from the side, bitch. Film it from the side. You feel me? And look, man, I feel like one, if it's your like baby mama and y'all together, I think that's a collective decision. I think how it is, man. Like that first kid, everyone is all anxious and excited. Man, this second kid don't get nearly the same treatment, right? Yeah, so I guarantee you, he ain't gonna miss no playoff game for his second child.
I agree with you on that one, on that part, especially because he gonna realize it too, and he gonna see that. Oh man, it's second child kind of everything gets put off for baby number 2. But I mean, number 1, he gonna go through everything. I feel him. I feel it. I feel his pain. I feel it going through it and being there for his child. But like you said, though, it really does come down to your situation on who's what. Is it baby mama drama? Are we in the best of relationship, or do we have a co-parenting relationship, a great co-parenting relationship going on? Because that definitely is going to influence whether father going to be at the birth for sure.
Man, if the pandemic taught us anything, it's that Zoom can get it done just like being there. You feel me? Like, look.
Yeah, right. Checking the stats at halftime, checking it every quarter. What's going on?
I look at a guy like Anthony Edwards, a young stud who potentially could be right in that like area where he's reaching his like peak, and to not have your 4-time defensive player of the year playing against the defending champs, I would look at him side-eyed. I'd be like, dog, like, okay, I get it. Plan your pregnancies better. Two, you better marry this chick and be together with her forever. And three, when you come back from this fucking maternity leave, you better go crazy and make sure we win this motherfucking series because dog, like I don't know, bro. I think Rudy Gobert is a weirdo anyway, but I do think the decision comes down to like, is that really your wife?
Really your wife, yeah. I don't know. We're gonna find out. We're gonna see. He love her, so.
But so what you okay? So like, what you think about men getting maternity leave now, bro? Like, and I'm gonna just let me tell you what I think, okay? Because I was looking in the corporate space and I was looking at how like, okay, women maternity leave, whatever, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. Let the baby get to know you before you go back to the work environment. But then I started seeing like men getting maternity leave, and like I get it, like we're trying to have all this equality and stuff, but yeah. Like dog, like okay, why can't it just be like pay time off, right? Like why has it got to be maternity leave, right? Because really all he's doing is losing sleep, right? He ain't got to put no stretch marks back together.
Yeah, it ain't nothing serious. I don't know why they really got to put it on a maternity leave. I don't know why really too many people are taking it too much. I mean, like it's not really that hard on you. I mean, you like you said, you ain't losing nothing but some sleep, maybe a couple hours of sleep. And is it really that hard? Like you really got to take time off of work from that. But I mean, if they're offering it, why not? Is I guess what most people are saying. I can get this time off, I'm gonna take it.
And I mean, B-Dub, like I get it, right? Like I understand that we're entering into a place where it's just like women can do what men can do, and men can do what women can do. But I just think it's just setting us up for just a bunch of like confusion, man, and it's setting people up for just like people to take advantage of a system, right? Like, ain't no way no self-respecting man should be like, yeah, I'm gonna volunteer because I mean, what like technically, what are you just helping your wife trying to contribute to like the early stages of the birth? Like what is a man doing on maternity leave?
I don't know what he's doing, really, to be honest with you. Like, I guess he's really trying to, if you're really there trying to be some like the supporting actor or the supporting in that role, I can see that. You're trying to get some brownie points, and you know what I mean, on the marriage, on and in the wedding or whatever. I can see that. Like look at him, he's round. Wife, he's telling the friends, look at him. He took off work to, he really cares about me. He's coming home. He's cooking for me. He's taking, he's washing the dishes. He's washing all the clothes while I'm feeding the baby.
I figured it out. We're missing something, B.
What's up, man?
What about two gay dudes?
Oh.
Two gay dudes.
Man, you just, I don't know now.
Because now maternity leave makes more sense for a man, right? If you got two gay dudes, shout out to our gay listeners.
Yes.
If it's two dudes and they have a baby with like a surrogate, and then they get the baby, then they get maternity leave so that they could become acquainted with the baby, right?
That's what it is. There it is. That's where we're going. There you go. That's where we missed it at. That's where we missed it. That's where we missed the bell. So okay, there we go. That hit the equality button right there.
Ding 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 ding.
Equality button right there. That's where we got it. Okay.
Okay. So I can see it.
I can see it now. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right. Well, I mean,
I feel like I'm so pig-headed right now. That's kind of, you know what I mean, a little bit to not
forgetting them.
Yeah. You know what I mean, like
T's and P's.
T's and P's. T's and P's.
T's and P's. So, man, Rudy go. Okay, so in conclusion, okay. So, like in conclusion, I think Rudy Gobert made a decision that he has to sit with and be okay with, and it better be his wifey and not a side chick.
I think it's wifey. He actually rented out my spot out in Minnesota, but I think it's wifey. He really love that chick. He really love her. So
okay, see, we got a little insight. Okay.
Little inside info.
All right. So, bam, that is tackling something real. It better be real, Gobert. It better be. Okay, so moving on to tackling something controversial. And it's always the light-skinned motherfuckers talking shit. Austin Rivers joins Pat McAfee show, and he made a crazy statement saying that 30 NBA players could easily walk out of the NBA and play in the NFL, and there are not 30 NFL players that could walk and play in the NBA. First of all, this is fucking blasphemy. Look at him. Look at him. He looks like a Key and Peele sketch. Okay? Look at this dude, right?
He drew on his beard.
Key and Peele. B, what you got to say about this, B?
Man, so he tripping for one. There's definitely. I know there's some football players that can't make that transition, but I know there's some football players that can easily.
Let's name 5 NBA players that could play in the NFL. Let's name them. Okay, everyone says LeBron. That's cap.
I can't even say LeBron. I can't say it. I didn't see LeBron go through. I seen LeBron go through.
That's okay. That's the toughest dude in your whole league. That's your enforcer, Draymond Green, getting hands put on him like domestic violence.
I saw LeBron go through a foot ladder drill, and I said, "Oh hell no, this man can't do no." And then after that, I saw him make a catch, and then try to turn the field and take off, and I was like, "Oh no." I'm glad you're playing basketball, son, because King James on that court, you was the man. You was the man.
Now I get it, right? Like the big dude from South Carolina this year in March Madness. You know, everyone said that he should, transition and play tight end. You know, and because his NBA career may not be all of that long. Yeah. And he got the body to be like a tight end tackle or whatever, but I'm okay. I'm still stuck on naming 5 players in the NBA. So their toughest player, Draymond Green, he looked trash. I still don't think LeBron could play receiver or tight end. Who else? Who else is even in the running?
Let me see.
Because he said 30.
What's old boy? Maybe from I can't remember his name right now. From the Heat. He hurt right now.
I don't know.
What's his name? 22 from Chicago. You know what you're talking about. We all know who you're talking about. Why we can't?
we both got bad memories and brains.
CTE kicking in.
Hey, man. I okay, but still, I can't.
I can't think of it.
And I don't know if Austin Rivers was talking about like athletically. Although the game is definitely starting to become a lot more like soft, and a lot more passive. So now let's name some NFL players that could play potentially in the NBA. I know, look, this is T. Higgins. That's T. Higgins in high school. Yamming on people. Look at him. Come on, man. First of all, Terrell Owens was a bona fide hooper. Tony Gonzalez was a bona fide hooper. Antonio Gates was
Antonio
a
Gates.
bona fide hooper.
J. Pep went to North
Julius
Carolina.
Peppers was a bona fide hooper and could have held his own in the NBA. Austin Rivers, what are you talking about, my dude? I will smack the pearls out of your goofy. Like, this dude looks like, bro, I can't even look at this dude. Like, he's the dude who grew up in the suburbs. His daddy was rich, but he always want to act like he fake tough. Man, I will smack the activator off your ass.
You know what? I got a hooper that I think actually can play some football actually. And he a light skin too, Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes actually used to play a little bit.
No, I remember.
I know because we in the same area, so I used to him and his brother actually. Matt used to want to be a receiver for real.
I remember Matt Barnes coming out like as a wide receiver in high school. I remember him being like, he's a dog too, right? But like I feel like he chose hoop for a real reason, right? Like he didn't choose football because
everybody does.
What you say?
I say everybody does. If you got that real choice, everybody makes that.
Yeah, like okay, my dog who is Nate Robinson, Washington, right? He played cornerback for us as a Husky. When we was on the, he used to drive me crazy because he didn't want to tackle nobody unless you cussed him out. And then, he played hoop, and then, his dad and him made the decision that he had a better chance of playing in the NBA than in the NFL. And I was like, I beg to differ. Now me and Nate, that's my guy. We are actually looking for a kidney for my man Nate. It is blood type A positive or type O, and the website is uw.donorscreen.org. That's uw.donorscreen.org. So that if you think that you could be a match, somebody who's a match, you're a fan of Nate Robinson like us, man, we're doing this for Nate, the Rainier Beach UW NBA legend. Let's do it for Nate. So okay, so B-Dub, right? Since we know that dude is just, Austin Rivers is 100% messing with us, right?
Yeah, he on that Za.
Heavy Za. But I mean, I think he said it to be controversial, bro. But like,
sure, yeah, he just sparks some stuff, get his name looked out, get out there, get some clicks. It's clickbait. You know how it is today.
So I mean, that's controversial as hell. But changing gears, speaking of the NFL just becoming like super soft, right? The NFL is allowing players to wear the Guardian caps in game, not practice, in a real game. B-Dub, what do you think about this?
We're not talking about practice. We talking about a game.
What do you think about it? Would you have worn it?
Hell no. In the game? Because it just look retarded. You look like you got an extra dome. Like you got you look really retarded. It look retarded. Like for practice and stuff, that's cool. But like,
Bernard, we're not hitting in practice like that.
I know.
So why do you need it in practice?
I don't. I really don't. There's a lot of practice pads that I tried not to wear during practice. Like we ain't hitting. Let me take these things up.
Just think about the like aerodynamic position. You running down the field, you got all this drag from all these craters in your head slowing you down. You might break your route off, dog.
You gonna be running down the field
looking like a bobblehead, right? Okay, so do you think Roger Goodell and the NFL are just trying to be so ridiculous,
overprotective? And we're really
overprotective?
precautionary, guys. We're really looking into this concussion thing and CTE, so we're making sure that we're going out there and we're taking every measure that we possibly can. We really want to look at the guys who really care about these guys and really love these guys. We really want to show that we're going out there and making a statement. I hate to say it that way, but I mean that's what it looks like. Like, come on, man, it's a shell that don't really until you really make contact with something. Like that's the only time it's really doing anything.
Let me tell you what I've heard, and I'll tell you what I've heard, and I'll tell you what I know. When two helmets hit each other, bro, it's a slick surface, so a lot of times they slide by each other, right?
Yeah.
And I've heard that these Guardian helmets, they like stick, right? So like if you go and you hit somebody and that thing doesn't just kind of quickly slide off and it turns your head, with the velocity, I mean, do you think there's a potential for someone to get caught in their head to get twisted around?
I don't even want to think about it because I'm picturing it already now when you was describing it. Like that's definitely possibility. It's an easy possibility, especially if it's going to stick. If it's sticking, then that's I don't know. I hope there's some they did some real due diligence on this, and they did all the studies and all the cases. They got all the case studies for this helmet, and it's really ready to go because I feel like. Just like you said, that describing that description of it and the helmet sticking and not being able to slide across, that does cause a lot of trouble. And I could see players coming in impact at one point, some point in time, it's going to hit. I know we try to eliminate helmet-to-helmet contact as much as possible, but somewhere down the line, it's going to happen. And in these things that stick together, like I could see someone getting stuck and twisting the wrong way and then crack.
Yeah. And let me just say this, B. And I don't want to be like insensitive, right? Because technically, bro, in our lifetime, in mine and your lifetime and career, we've almost seen every single thing but a player die on the field. Are we right about that?
Yeah.
We've seen just about everything but a player die. And I mean, with Derwin Hamlin, who had to get resuscitated on the field.
Yeah.
That was way too close for comfort, right? And with athletes becoming so much bigger, faster, and stronger, I mean, I think we were on the precipice of that happening, right?
I think so, yeah. When you say that happened, what do you mean of what happening?
Of a player dying on the field from a hit.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, it's bound to happen. Like numbers is numbers. I mean, it's I feel like it's just bound to happen somewhere down the line. But I mean, they're doing everything they can to try to eliminate that, like I said, some of the contact and with the rules and the changing of the rules, but in the style of the play, even with the game too. But
yeah,
somewhere I don't know with all the new. I don't know that with all the new medicine and all the new vaccine stuff going on. Like just we were talking about that today. I got to start. Bing. Got to bring up the controversy of the day. Was it Atrazina? I think it is Atrazina. Just found out that all their stuff causes blood clots. AstraZeneca. There we go.
Yeah. So like AstraZeneca removes its COVID vaccine worldwide after rare and dangerous side effect linked to 80 deaths in Britain was admitted in court documents.
Bang, bang.
Man, which I mean, just throws just a fly in the ointment because, you don't know if players are, dropping because of these crazy hits or these crazy jabs.
Jabs now, hits, all the above. You don't know what it is now. And I feel like if someone's going to die on the field, it's going to be one of those two. or the combination. I don't know. It could be the combination. You know what I mean? I don't.
B, we're gonna have to get you a tinfoil hat, bro. Whenever you get ready to just go off on one of your conspiracy tangents, we gotta put the
It's on. Let's go.
Hey, 50. Mark that down so we can get B double tinfoil hat. But I mean, look, man. Honestly, B, it's not even a crazy thought now. I mean, when you've got the strongest players, offspring having heart attacks at 19 years old, you got a player having to be resuscitated on the field, and he didn't even get hit in the head. He got hit in the chest. And so I just think that, like, with these TV contracts and these insurance policies, they will never be able to be insured again. It's going to change sports forever if somebody drops dead. God forbid, knock on wood, on this wood, any type of wood I can find. I just think that, like, that's what they're trying to prevent by these, like, guardian caps, changing all these rules, because it's scary, man. That situation with the kid in Buffalo, man, that was too close.
Yeah, it's scary when you start having to really take measures to, they've always been taking measures to kind of prevent deaths or other, but when you have to really have conversations on it, because when you're actually starting to see that, like, it's bound to happen, like we're right there, and that line's going to be crossed. But I don't know if the little Scully helmet thing really does anything. Does it really do anything to prevent it, or is it just
that's the bigger question? Like, what is it really preventing?
That's what I'm having a hard time finding out, because it just, to me, it looks like it's just for looks.
Because I feel like in practice, where you're regulating the tempo at which you're stopping the play, like thud, full speed, tag off, that could help you, right? Okay, if it's thud tempo and our heads collide, and while we got the little things on, okay, that can help, right? But in a full speed game, when you can't regulate the tempo, I don't see how it can help you.
I mean,
what if somebody's shit slide off and they get hit?
I can see how it helps. I mean, if all things, the only real, I can see how it helps, because I mean, I guess it is extra padding. I don't know all the studies. I'd have to see the numbers and figures behind that, what the extra padding actually does, and how much safer does it actually make for the head, or how much does it relieve concussions or anything like that? Does it drop the percentages of concussion? Does it drop the percentage rate of concussions? Like, I need to see all that as far as to really make an educated opinion or educated guess upon that, because it's really we're guessing. We're just making wild statements at it, because I don't know what to really say about that. I could see it protecting, but the only real, like, that situation where the helmets, are sticking or something like that, that's where I could see, like, some real damage or some real hurt being caused. But other than that,
but okay, B, this will be my last point on this, right? Like, I remember when I was in college and they were starting to come out with the new revolutionary helmets, the ones that were the funny looking joints that were like, and they would come to us and they would say, "Oh, these are lighter. There's padding in the correct places." And I would pick up those helmets compared to my helmet, and it was way lighter, right? But I seen one of those helmets on several occasions get cracked in half in a game.
Yep.
Right? And so you look at all of these, like, changes that they're trying to make, and I feel like they're not always the safest.
I agree with you there. So one of the points I used to make too, I used to say the same thing about the cleats and all the Achilles injuries that started popping up. It seemed like out of nowhere. I don't know if it was if the rates really did increase with the years and with the times of the new cleats and the new style of cleats. I'd have to go back and look at that. But Man, it sure did seem like as soon as we got to start seeing the new style of cleats and how sleek they were getting and all the everything that was coming off, it felt like Achilles were just popping a whole lot more. I feel like I was even having nothing with my Achilles, but I feel like I was having I had foot problems too, a lot, and then it had to do a lot with Nike cleats. Couldn't wear Nike cleats at all. It always messed with my feet. So
Well,
it's just like it's something like that. I don't know. Like I used to always think about that with the concussions as well myself. Like, nah, I want that old school helmet. Give me the old school round helmet that everyone's always had because I always felt that was the safest one to have. I didn't like the new stuff. It just didn't feel right to me at all either.
but this is something that pisses me off to no fucking end, bro. Like you talk about like natural grass versus turf, right?
Real.
You talk about natural grass versus turf. Like the players, all of the players are saying that we would rather play on natural grass, right? I look at a player like Reggie Bush when he used to play on that natural grass, and you see that little grass fly up in the air, and that the natural grass has that little bit of give, but because turf is helping these owners save money,
yeah,
and they won't even look at it as a viable way to like make the game safer. We're looking at Aaron Rodgers and like big name quarterbacks. I think it's less because of the Nike cleats and more because of the turf.
Not that.
The turf, and that's something that the players are saying they want to change. You know, these owners and this competition committee, they're shoving these Guardian helmets down our throats and saying like, oh yeah, let's put this on Front Street. Let's, you know, but the players are saying like, hey, we want to play on natural grass, right? We don't want to play on turf anymore. Like, what's your take on that, B?
No, that's huge right there because I feel like you got to kind of. I understand that they want to kind of take the measure their precautions for all the head concussions that's been coming around and going out and kind of at least slow the rates down of concussions that are going. But you got to take the players into account and what their safety is because that's how you really make your money. Your money, I hate to say it, your money is on your stock. That's your stock right there is the players. And if they, they're going out and getting hurt and hurting your star players, like you said, Aaron Rodgers, you bring it up, like Achilles, star players are going out and getting popped and being out for months, a year at a time, like you're going to lose revenue because nobody's going to want to watch. And then it's just going to keep going down and down and down and down, a snowball effect. But at some point, you got to listen to what the players are saying because if they're saying like we want to play on natural grass, like you got to make that switch. Somehow you got to make that switch and go to it because it is going to save you in the long run as far as injury and have to pay for injury costs and stuff like that.
It just speaks to like what the incentive is, right? Like, you feel like if everyone sees you putting Guardian caps on, that's gonna make your game look better and public perception. But then the players are begging you about like the playing surface. And I just think that like they're not bringing that as up because a lot of these stadiums, they were legit made to have a turf field, and that's a flaw. That's a building flaw, and those stadiums are billions of dollars, and that's why they don't want to bring that shit up. NFL, that's a big mistake that you guys are building these new stadiums where you can't have natural grass. That's going to come back to get you because just like the concussion settlement, you're going to have a whole generation of arthritic,
all that stuff. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Man.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So controversial. I think Austin Rivers is trolling. And I don't think that there's 30 NBA players that would even have the balls to go on an NFL field, let alone the skill. And as far as the NFL with these Guardian caps, how about we get some fucking natural grass and the Guardian caps, and let's protect us, holistically from the top to the bottom.
Head to toe, for real, head to toe.
Okay, so finishing up with tackling something hilarious and the most unlikely couple of people you could see sitting down together. Jason Whitlock and Antonio Brown. B-Dub, what do you got to say about this? Can we play a little bit of this?
Straight comedy. All I want to hear is laughs. AB is comedy, bro. AB, he wild. Can we get some play on this?
Where are you at on the political spectrum? You're not a fan of Joe Biden or what?
Nah, I like Donald Trump. I seen Joe Biden online. He was shitting on himself and like falling all over. I'm like, yo, what's going on with him? He got teleprompters everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, I got a good political opinion, but you know what I'm saying? I want the world to be a better place. I feel like we probably could do better with Trump helping more businesses and like coming back and taking over the 2024.
So you think Biden pooped his pants on that other video?
That's what the video showed. He was looking real shitty. Like, I know we all make mistakes. I mean, you shitted yourself before, right?
Actually, I have, but go ahead.
God damn. This CTE ESPN right here.
Okay, B-Dub, what do you got to say about that?
He like I said, AB wild, bro. He gonna say whatever, and but it's good though. AB, he brings attention, he brings a star. AB's a star. I like AB. I don't have a problem with AB at all.
Man,
he's funny to me.
I think that AB just proves that Florida is its own planet. That's all AB proves to me, because everybody I meet from the great Sunshine State of Florida, they are all special in their own way. Great characters, amazing athletes, but it's Florida is Grand Theft Auto, it's GTA. But I mean, look, AB going on Whitlock, I mean, it's purely for the clicks, because Jason Whitlock, he always has something negative to say about Black athletes, but he also knows what will get the click. So talking about Dion, bringing on AB, Jason Whitlock, he's on an island himself because don't nobody fuck with him. So he's doing that, and I hope he got the return on investment that he was looking for.
Yeah, I hope so too, because he shitted on everybody else, so he ain't got no choice but to be alone. Like you said, like he always finds some way to say something negative about Black people. So I can't stand that. Sometimes he be on point every now and then. Once in a blue moon, it'd be rare, but
like 80-20.
Yeah. But like you said, he bringing on AB, talking about Dion. It's all to get clickbait and try to get some more viewership, because he didn't piss everybody out. Nobody mess with him. No, ain't nobody fucking with Locke. So he need anybody and everybody he can to get his show back on, get some pub.
Man, he needs to bring me on the show, because I give him what he want. You feel me? And I tell him what really it is. And not necessarily to be controversial, but I think he's a bully. He bullies people down on his show. And the second you don't agree with him, he doesn't want to have you around on the show. So I think that's corny. I think that's weak. I would love to see the contract between him and AB. AB's probably trying to text it, and he's probably trying to send it via fax. So them two girls don't even converge. But man, that's it for this week. Me and B-Dub, we getting ready to sign off. Thoughts and prayers. What's it called, B?
Your T's and P's, baby. Your T's and P's.
T's and P's, y'all. We'll see y'all next week, good people. Holla.
Yeah.